Well, I grew up around here, and I grew up in Cadet, Nipawin, White Fox, all the little towns in this area. And when I went to college in Alberta, and I had lots of adventures out in Alberta. And when I come back here, I was looking for cheap property. The rents were getting higher and higher in Alberta. I couldn't own a place anymore. And as a single parent, it didn't give me a lot of hope. So I turned back to Saskatchewan in order to own a home and have a small place to raise my kids where it's safe. I have Asperger syndrome, which is a high-functioning form of autism, like Rayman had. He had the same kind. And art is my talent. I was almost born interested in art. We lived in Europe for a while when I was a kid, so I grew up seeing the cathedrals and everything, so it was almost instantaneous. And by the time I was 8, I was working with oil paintings, and I was taking my art very seriously. I was always drawing, and then we had an artist, she was related to me actually, my Aunt Margaret Rupert from Cadet. She told my mom one day, she was watching me draw, and she said, "Your daughter is an artist, so bring her to me for lessons." So she started teaching me how to paint, and pretty much like I would mimic her. We kind of skipped the drawing and went right to the brushes. I really took to it. Everything around me and anything that I see, I have a photographic memory. The correct term is eidetic memory. So anything that I see, it has a risk of coming out in my paintings. Like, we'll very often notice if we're talking about things, I'll end up painting them. Without, I just absorb whatever I see. So if I'm out traveling or whatever I see, I'm gonna paint. I'm a bit different as an artist, I think, in that I've got a pretty wide range. A lot of people do like watercolors, or they do like wildlife scenes, or one type of art that they do a lot of. And I have really tried not to get pinned down into one genre and to expand it. So I'm always studying and I'm always learning and always looking for something new. So if I see a new style of art that I haven't tried yet, I'm gonna be going home and trying that pretty quick. The way I use color is a bit different. I've got a talent for mixing it. I naturally know how to do that. I don't have to consult color wheels or things like that. And I can color match like any color in nature if you give me a few colors. I'm not good at social. I'm very shy. I don't come across as shy because I try to hide it. But my mind is, you'll find more of the wires go into the visual cortex, and it's actually wired different, and it's an advantage. I've got 4 areas that I'm really good at: reading, art, environmental sciences, and there's another one that I'm just not thinking of right now. Certain types of geometry I'm really good at too. Then you'll have other areas like I can't write, so I would fail everything going through school because I was unable to write, and I would flunk all the classes despite having a high IQ. Every artist has something that you can learn from, so I really like to look at their work. I look at how they handle the brush, and really you can learn some great tricks just staring at other artists' work, and figuring out how to do new things. I work 7 days a week, and I really put my hours in like other people do with the day jobs and stuff. I make sure that I'm getting at least 8 hours a day in. So, and usually I work more than other people because, once I start a painting, I've got to keep going. So it might be a 14-hour day. And this one's back in time, about 40 years, the Torch River Cree. They usually went south for winter, but every now and then, for whatever reasons, a few of them would get stuck up there. So this would be a Cree teepee, and I'm gonna have the snow here. When I paint, I do several layers because colors are never solid in nature. There's always several different tones, and so I'll go over it several times with several different layers of color to get a more natural blend. But sometimes they look a little funny when I'm starting because I'll pick a really bright solid color to get going with. Things really get shifted around in here, and the pictures are always changing too, so we're always redoing what's going on. It's actually a fair work, just shifting things around. That one is called Exhale, and it's one of the most favorite paintings I've done. I just feel like I really nailed it when I did that one. It was one of those that happened very quickly and that you're really in the zone. There isn't a lot of art scene here yet though, but we've been making one, trying to, and I've been just throwing my own shows and going town to town with them, and I'm just going to keep doing that, bring some more people in, and we're going to build an art scene here. I do love what I do, and like my mom says, no matter what I try to do, I always end up back with my art. I'm really stuck on it. It's an obsession for me, and I'm just going to be an artist for the rest of my life.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on SaskTel Max Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sasktel.com.